everybody, happy Saturday. It's Adam and Sam, and we're here with the wrestling news. But before we get there, I've got a big question for Sam.
Right, go on.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm good.
Feeling chipper, better?
Just a little bit better than yesterday. Yes, I'm sorry for being so grouchy, everybody. Holy God.
Oh, yeah, you bothered some people by being a bit of a cornet about
yeah,
things.
Apparently, apparently having a match where, you know, you hit finishes to score points is wins and losses mattering. But I digress.
Should we do the headlines, Sam?
Yeah, let's do the headlines.
Major names backstage at SmackDown last night. New matches have been announced for Hell in a Cell, and a big name scheduled for SummerSlam. We'll tell you more shortly. So, a big night on SmackDown last night. We saw a Hell in a Cell match, but the most interesting thing that happened actually might have been behind the scenes. There's a few big names there. We'll start with the potential NXT call-ups. And when I say big names, I mean big names.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross, one of those, the current NXT champion, and the other, Bronson Reed. So it looks like they might be about to pillage some of NXT's top talent here.
Two major champions. Are you just gonna take him and put him on the main roster? I don't know.
What
do you like? I mean, I'm excited. The prospect.
Yeah, cool.
Apparently, Karrion Kross has been somebody that the main roster's been, you know, after for quite some time. So I can just see him coming up and going on an absolute tear, and it just working. I think that he would get people involved again in terms of audience interaction. I think it'd be kind of. I think he might be a bit of a draw to something like Raw. That's kind of a bit.
Fan sentiment's sort of changed on Cross recently.
Really?
I've seen a lot of. I don't know. It's difficult when you sort of live in this Twitter bubble.
Yeah.
I don't follow a huge number of people on there or anything. But I've seen a lot of people sort of saying, I don't get what his character is and all this sort of stuff. I really enjoy him. I'm enjoying the dominant NXT run that he's having. And the thing is, like, he's not even really been down there for that long. Obviously, he was away for a bit injured, but he's really only been there for a cup of coffee. So, yeah, wonder what that means for both of those titles. Bronson Reed would be a great get. It's got to be noted that they weren't just backstage chilling out, having some delicious catering. They took part in some dark matches. They did some sort of tryout stuff.
Yeah, before SmackDown went live on air, they apparently had a dark match each, and that tends to be, you know, a very strong indicator because they're gonna have you come down. They're gonna, you know, get you in front of the cameras and in front of that, you know, bigger Thunderdome stage, and I guess it's a chance for them to really see what they can do with you. If they think you're going to fit, if they think you'll work with X, Y, or Z. You might not even be working the match against somebody you're going to feud with, but it might be somebody kind of in the ballpark, and they'll just go for it. So it is looking like they're going to be heading up. I genuinely thought Kross was going to drop the title once more and take it and, you know, make the new record and have be the first three-time NXT champion. But maybe Balor, but then there's talk Balor could be back.
It wouldn't surprise me, given the performances that he's put in and the way that he's been booked so far, if he goes on to relinquish that title. I think Bronson will drop it, but it wouldn't surprise me if Karrion Kross just gives it up. Yeah. Next up, another name backstage. This is a big one. This will be a huge return. Becky Lynch backstage at SmackDown. She's been in the Performance Center this week, looking jacked and like she never left, apparently. She's looking amazing. We've all seen the Instagram photos and everything. So yeah, she's back. She's been training, but she's also been backstage at SmackDown. Does that indicate that she'll be heading over to SmackDown upon her return? Could they have been filming something?
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, there could be any number of things, with especially Becky Lynch being one of the most popular stars. Part of me feels like there's going to be some sort of documentary following her return, you know, back to the ring. So there might be stuff like that going on. But I mean, the fact she's backstage at SmackDown, that might not indicate anything. It could just be, you know, oh, SmackDown's tonight and I've got the night free. I could be, you know, nipping down there to shoot X, Y, and Z, but I'm just going to have to wait and find out. But
honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. I think that with the fact that she's been back training, I think the return's going to be sooner rather than later. It really, really wouldn't surprise me if we saw it on Sunday night.
Nick Khan
set up some big SummerSlam match.
Nick Khan had said, I think a couple of weeks ago, that he'd kind of alluded to the fact that a return was more imminent than people kind of thought. So if it's not SummerSlam, like down the road, this weekend would be a very big shock, obviously.
It'd be perfect though. Get her back this weekend, and then you've got the build to SummerSlam. And if she's heading back to SmackDown, then I imagine she'd be in the title picture. Her versus Bianca Belair to me is a match.
License to print money, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Hell in a Cell is fast approaching, of course. It's tomorrow night. Goodness me, that is fast approaching. And we've got a few updates to the Hell in a Cell card. Added to the card, Seth Rollins versus Cesaro in a non-cell singles match. Their feud's been going on for a little while. It's been good stuff. I hope Cesaro comes out on top again.
He's going to have to swing him like, how many is it now? Like 49 times. And then next time it'll be 50 times. And it'll just keep going.
I'm loving it,
the feud will just go on forever. It'll be fine.
Fine by me. They're two of the best
Until we get
a
whole pay-per-view of him just swinging for 4 hours.
Too right. We've got Bianca Belair versus Bayley, of course. But that was changed last night. And it is now... a cell match, which is exciting, and I think that's a great. That to me indicates more so that there's something big planned for this, and I don't think it's going to be a spot. Genuinely, I think it's going to be the return of. Becky Lynch. I think they're going to do that. They're just going to come up through the canvas, or maybe not through the canvas. They'll do something big.
She'll come out dressed as the Undertaker.
Yeah, too right. Also on the card, announced is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in their latest. The latest chapter in their never-ending rivalry, and you can't complain about that.
No, you can't. I mean,
versus Sammy.
It's always going to be a good match.
Bobby Lashley, speaking with Fightful, promised something a bit bonkers, didn't he?
He said, Drew and I had a crazy match without Hell in a Cell. Now, with no DQ and weapons and Hell in a Cell, it's going to be insane. It's one of those things that I want in my career. You want those big matches to have a Mania match, and SummerSlam is coming up. Something crazy is going to happen. I don't know what he's going to. I don't know what he's going to be or who it's going to be on. But there's going to be crazy stuff and fireworks and people being carried out of the cell.
It's quite a big spoiler that he's done.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, he's hyping, isn't he? He's doing the media rounds. It's no different to a boxer going, I'm going to go, the whole distance, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But it's kind of he's selling the experience. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if he is kind of dropping a couple of little spoilers here because. I mean, now I want to see what happens. What's he alluding to?
Yeah, too right. Maybe spoiler was too strong a word, but crazy stuff and fireworks and people, plural, being carried out of the cell. I don't know. We'll see. Just a quick recap, just in case you don't know the card. We got Cesaro, Rollins, Owen, Zayn, Alexa, Shayna, Bianca, Bayley inside the cell, Rhea, Charlotte. We got Lashley, Drew. Last chance, Hell in a Cell match. It doesn't look like Roman's going to be on the card at all.
No, because he beat Ray last night. That was it.
Jobs are good, and I thought maybe they would do something.
He just really wanted Sunday off, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Who can blame him? I wish I could. And finally, we are finishing up with a report from John Albert of Living the Gimmick, reporting, and this sort of follows on from previous reports that we would be seeing this particular person sooner rather than later. But Edge is indeed scheduled for a match at SummerSlam. We've not seen him since around Mania 39. He's scheduled to be a baby.
We've not seen him from 2 years from now.
Leave me alone. I woke up about 10 minutes ago, Sam. Since Mania 37. Thank you for correcting me before the comment section got there as well.
I had to do it. I had to be cruel to be kind.
No, I appreciate it. He's set to make his TV return on the July 16th SmackDown in Texas. And so, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? If he's coming back around then, he's going to...
Yeah, I mean, the interesting takeaway from this was that he's scheduled to be the babyface in the bout, which, I mean, we'd all figured anyway. They'd had a bit of a dalliance with it, though, didn't they, in the build to Mania? It kind of, Edge was a little bit tweenery, a little bit, because you had Bryan in the mix, and it was all just a little bit, it's strange dynamic, but it was good. But yeah, he's apparently back, and he's going to be in the babyface position.
You know what? I'd love Cesaro to go over again on tomorrow night, and then get Edge versus Cesaro, babyface versus babyface. I don't think Cesaro needs a heel turn.
Just a challenge, like an exhibition, two blokes having a match. I think they could
create some magic, and man, imagine the impact that could have on Cesaro's career as well.
Huge.
Anyway, wishful thinking perhaps. We will soon find
it's just going to be Roman again. That's it.
That's it. All right. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back, hopefully, pretty shortly with another news video. Stay tuned. We've got loads of great stuff coming up on the channel. We've got Straight to Hell going up tomorrow. We've got a story of, and we've got a couple of lists going up as well. So stay tuned. And I'll be live tomorrow with Hell in a Cell reactions. You can set a reminder now. youtube.com/cultaholic/live. See you in a bit.